In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front shocks on this Audi A4. These are going to be located behind the front wheels. Let's get into it. In the trunk, lift up where the spare tire is. You can see where the toolbox is right here. Just lift the handle, slide this out. You can open this up. Inside, here's the ring that we're looking for. Now using the tool from the trunk, just put that in the hole in the center cap, and you can pull the center cap out. Using a 17mm socket, take the lug bolts off. Before I take the last one, I'm just going to hold the wheel on so it doesn't fall. Grab the wheel, slide it off. I'm going to take this bolt out. It goes all the way through. Use a 16mm socket, 16mm wrench. Loosen up the nut. Sometimes the bolts get stuck in there. You might need some rust penetrant. And take the nut off. Now just pull that bolt out. Now I'm just going to take a punch and just push up underneath the ball joint, push that through. You can use an air hammer if you want to, or just a punch and a hammer. And just punch that out. Just used a pry bar and a hammer, or a punch. That would work as well. Get those out of the way. Just using a pull jack, just going underneath the control arms, just to support the lower suspension. I'm going to take this bolt out using an 18mm wrench on the nut, 18mm socket. Take that out. Now we're just going to lower the pull jack. Just carefully. Make sure there's not too much tension on the brake lines. But the suspension should just settle like that. That's good. Down here next to the brake booster on the driver's side, I'm going to take this bolt out. Use a 16mm socket. There may be a cover over here on your vehicle. If you have that, take that cover off. This vehicle does not have one. If you're doing the passenger side, there should be a cover over that side. Take that bolt out. Remove this screw. Use a Phillips head screwdriver. You can raise up on the coolant reservoir. If yours slides out, you can move it out of the way. Otherwise, just use a shorter 16mm socket. Loosen this bolt up. You could also use a ratchet wrench. And take that bolt out. Right here, there's a little cover. Just use a straight blade screwdriver or a pick. Just get under that cover. Pop that up. Using a 16mm socket, take the bolt out, and I'm just going to reach underneath and just grab the coil spring just so it doesn't fall. Take that out. Right here, there is a retainer holding it up. Just using a trim tool. You can use a straight blade screwdriver or even a pick. Just pop this down. And just use some side cutters. Let's cut this off. There we go, that's off. Just grab the whole assembly. It slides down, comes right out. Now you need to put the spring in a spring compressor so that we can take the shock out. And we're going to take the nut off. We're going to use an 18mm socket. This is made for struts, so it's open. Then you can use a 6mm hex bit just to hold the top of this shock from spinning. And just loosen this up. There we go. And once it's loose, take the nut off. Slide the shock down. Keep in mind the direction the shock was when it came out. This is where the bottom of the spring was, right there. This is the front of the shock. You'll be able to spin it a little bit, but not too much. And this plate right here, just want to tap this off, just using a hammer. There you go. Take the new shock, line this up. Oh, tap this on. All right, that's all the way down. Before we slide this in, we're going to compress it and let it extend 3 times. And just let it extend. And one more time. And that's it. I'll slide this into place. Get this to line up. Put the nut on. Now that's snug. Now we're going to torque this to 37 foot-pounds. All right, good. And just make sure the base is lined up right. So this is in the front, just where the ball joints would be. So going straight, and loosen this up. Now take the shock assembly, just slide it in place. If you have that clip still, if it's still good, you can push that on just to hold it there. Otherwise, you can get one of the bolts and get that started up top. And before we tighten that down, we're going to get the other one started. this one. Now we're going to torque these to 37 foot-pounds. Now get this screw in. Snug that down, and the cover goes over that hole. Push that in place. I'm going to use a pole jack underneath the ball joints, raise up the suspension, get the shock to line up. If you have to twist it, you can do that. Let me just get a screwdriver. Twist it a little bit. Just use a large Phillips head screwdriver. That's good. If you have to, just pry it out a little bit. Tap the bolt in. And just make sure this is close to ride height, so you can raise up on the suspension a little bit. And torque this bolt to 66 foot-pounds. Now we'll lower the pole jack. Take the upper control arms, get those lined up. Push those down. You can use a pry bar. Get the bolt started. Let's pry this one down a little. Put the nut on. And we're going to torque this bolt to 30 foot-pounds. Now take the wheel, install the wheel, get the hole lined up. Take the lug bolt, get that started. Once you get one in, you can let go of the wheel and get the other one started. And snug those down. Now I'm going to torque the lug bolts to 90 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Just going to go around again, double check. Take the center cap, you can line that circle, the hole with the valve stem, and push it on. Take the little hook, put it back in the tool kit, and close it up. Put it back where it goes, lift the handle, and put the handle down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. the only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.